When most people talk about conversion rate, it's a topic that can get very deep with specific knowledge. This can be broken down to the smallest changes on your site with the possibilities of the largest outcomes. Even today, some agencies are literally focused on only conversion rate optimization. But there is a silent killer for conversion rates that the average e-commerce owner always seems to overlook. See, when the conversion rate is discussed, many people start thinking about maybe the following: user experience on the menu, testing different button colors, testing banners to promote some benefit, or just some other A/B test. And yes, don't get us wrong, doing these tests to optimize your conversion rate can make a big difference, especially if you're already a large e-commerce store making tens of thousands of dollars per month. And if you are already doing that, this silent killer could be holding you back even more than what you could imagine. Now, yes, right, as an e-commerce owner, it's fun to manipulate different variables and wait for the performance results to see if your data hypothesis on the test was correct. But all the while, the silent killer of conversion rates is still lingering around your website, which we have to tell you is something that doesn't even need to be tested. This is something that needs to be implemented the second your store goes live. Now, before I tell you what this is, it's important you understand what makes up the average e-commerce website. See, with all the different developments of certain plugins and website features, the buyer's journey has been made easier than ever. But many store owners fail to realize what truly happens when they install all of these plugins on their site. See, they believe they're making the process easier, but they're adding a big roadblock to the buyer's journey in most cases. And it can also be the same for the plugins that are not active but still installed on your website. They can play a large role with the same exact issue. And then if you think about it, for every product on your site, you also have photos. And depending on the file size of your photos, it can also add to the same problem. And not even to mention that if your store is international, you have people from all over the world trying to access your server. So then with all this being said, what is the issue that all of these factors are creating? It's the issue that is ruining your conversion rate. It's your website speed. Even something fundamental as website speed can heavily affect your conversions. Even Google has shared a photo showing that between 1 to 5 seconds, the probability of a bounce rate increases by 90%. But now you may be wondering, how do all of these big brands have beautifully designed websites with all of these good elements? Wouldn't all of these elements just ruin their site speed? And this is something we will address later, so stick around. But if you're still on the fence about how important website speed is, let me show you another recent study. See, a B2C site that loads in 1 second has an e-commerce conversion rate 2.5 times higher than a site that loads in 5 seconds. And for B2B, a site that loads in 1 second has a conversion rate 3 times higher than a site that loads in 5 seconds. So it should be easy to see now that even with all the A/B test experiments in the world, your website speed is still the #1 factor. So now that you know how website speed can impact your conversions, how do you measure it and how do you deal with it? Well, the most fundamental way to measure your page speed is by using Google PageSpeed Insights, where you simply paste your link in and it'll measure it for you. And once done, Google will give you a grade. Now, from there, depending on the grade your website has gotten, you may have some serious work to do. Now, I'll tell you how to fix this soon, but I just want you to take a second to think about how many conversions you might have lost since you started your website due to it simply just being slow. This exact reason is why page speed is the silent killer of conversion rates. So now to get back to these really popular e-commerce stores having great and fun websites, shouldn't they be losing out on money too? And well, here's the thing. Most of them have just found a balance in their website optimization. See, by using specific tools and plugins for your site, you can still make a greatly designed website and not have to worry about it taking a year to load. And as an e-commerce owner, you probably don't know that much about code and you don't know how to optimize this and you don't even know really what to do. But if you scroll down in your Google PageSpeed Insights, you will see that Google is trying to tell you what you need to fix to help the site speed. Now, I want to say that if you have no coding knowledge, this is where a page speed optimization plugin like ours comes in handy. See, with our plugin WP Rocket, in just a few clicks, you can have your website performing a lot better in speed. Even with the recent case study, our plugin was able to provide a conversion rate increase by 16% and reduce the bounce rate from 77% to 35%. Another fundamental way to help fix your website is to look for plugins or functionalities that you no longer use. Even though these plugins may no longer be used, just by simply having them installed on the back end, this could also play a role in loading your site and making it slow. Now, another low-hanging fruit is to optimize your images. We understand you want the highest quality photos to show off your products, but what's it worth if nobody will ever see them? And you don't have to worry about losing your quality either. With an image compressor like Imagify, it will be able to reduce the file size drastically without a major loss in the quality of your photos. So now that you understand and you know why website speed is so important when it comes to your conversion rate, on our channel we have over 20 plus other videos that will help educate you on how to optimize your site. And you can get started with this playlist right here. Thank you and have a good day.